Alrighty, hey guys, welcome to the Dream Team Zoom tonight. It is August 10th. We are 10 days into a promo. We have tonight plus 2 days. It's a Monday. Mondays always get me excited. Like I always wake up ready for something fun and new on a Monday. And earlier this afternoon, I started to post in Dream Team the end of the month checklist that I usually post the last few days. And I was like, you know what? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Because time and time again, the last 48 to 72 hours, like amazing, unexpected, over the top, crazy things happen. So we're going to dissect why that just doesn't happen on the day to day. Why is it that we're waiting until the last minute? Like, why are we procrastinating to send that last message or to, remind the customer that they only have a couple of days, or to do a promotion of our own, or whatever it is that is happening in those last 48 to 72 hours? Why are we waiting until then to do it? And so I came across this quote. It says, the only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. And that really truly is what happens. Somehow people will go all month kind of piddling, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I only have 3 days left to crush this goal, or I only have 3 days left to make sure I get my auto bonus, or I only have 3 days left to qualify for triple, whatever. And then all of a sudden people start doing so much more. So I'm going to open the chat because I want you guys to talk tonight about some of the things that you do in the last 3 days of the month. Because I will tell you straight up, I don't order, like if we need product here personally, like if Tom and I need product personally, I don't place those orders until the last day of the month. Because, say the quote again, the only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. So there are some things that I do purposely wait till the last minute. So why do I wait till the last minute? Number one, I might be using credits, and I'm not going to use credits for personal stuff if I need those for, to help somebody get started, or somebody on my team needs credits to help somebody get started. Also, I wait and see how it shakes out. If I always have my 2 auto ships, but maybe Tom might need an extra auto ship. So maybe I wait until the last minute and make sure that we don't need to order something on auto ship specifically. I'm not waiting around for a promo the last day, because sometimes there are promos on the last day, but not always. But so like that to me is something that I wait on strategically. So tell me in the comments some things that you guys do strategically. Like, what are things you wait on till the end of the month strategically? And then, oh yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, for me to kind of build on what you talked about, I wait until the 25th. No, I work all month, but as far as strategy,
sure. Okay.
That didn't come out quite right. But on the 25th, after auto ships go, because I have quite a large team, so I want to see as far as, what promoters became active, because I like to have my 8 sponsored promoters active to get the extra commission. Mm-hmm. I need to make sure that I have my 2 customers ordering. I need to make sure that my husband's account has his 2 customers that have ordered. And I even write down, like, I think, so-and-so is supposed to have their, is going to order on the 25th, or going to have their auto ship on the 25th. Of course, I already contact them, but you always want to make sure, it's kind of like one of those things. You never know if their credit card got denied or whatever. So I always make sure. And then I also have several customers who have referrals. So that's something else I check on. And I have a little strategy going. So if one of my customers who I like to help out, if only one of her customers ordered, I have somebody under her as a customer that I go ahead and order like some personal stuff for. Mm-hmm. And so that way I just have credits flowing in everywhere. But I wait until after the 25th to see what all flowed through the system with the last auto ship. And even then, it's not like I order on the 25th or 26th. I still kind of wait, because I might be working on somebody. I might have some credits that I need to use. So of course, I mean, that's just, I kind of wait to the last minute for stuff like that.
Okay. Does anybody else have strategies that they say for the last month? Like, obviously, when I send out that little reminder, it says make sure your PV is 100. Make sure, like, actually, you can go through your downline and double check on your downline to be 100. Make sure that you are, well, that's the same thing, qualified and active. Let me see. I should have just had this in front of me. What are some things on my checklist? And someone talk. Tell me something that you do. What do you wait? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, there was a leader, and I think it may have been on one of the masterminds. I'd have to go back and look at my notes really quick. But she said she starts planning for the end of the month, the very first day of the month.
Yes.
And so she targets the beginning of the month just like she does at the end. And she's always got that end of the month focus, no matter what week of the month it is. And I mean, that's like, whoa, you know, the last week I was kind of like out of pocket and so forth. And so I sat down this morning before I had to go to work and got my goals done, the rest of my goals for this week and so forth. I've got a big goal for this week. So I have to bust my hump every single day this week. But I do save my credits till the end of the month. Mm-hmm. Simply because in case I have a new customer coming in or one of my promoters has a new customer coming in, I typically order our product under Charlie. Mm-hmm. But I just wait because I don't want to use those credits on myself and then kick myself in the behind because somebody else needed them. And it was the difference in them being able to order or not.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that. And I remember listening to that Zoom too. And how you start the month is how you will end the month. And I know a lot of people are like, no, like we all start at 0. We're not going to end at 0. She's talking about the mindset and the activity, like that push, that fire that gets in people's belly the last 2 days when they're like, oh crap, I'm not going to get my bonus, or oh crap, I'm not going to hit my rank. Suddenly you're sending messages that you weren't thinking to send before. I can see it on the Facebook posts. I see posts like early in the month. It's like, oh, we're out having fun. Oh, here's a good quote. And then like from like the 25th on, it's like, gift with purchase or Thrive is the best thing in the world. Like you could just see people change literally right there on social media. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, where was that post on the first of the month? Where was that post last week? So that's what I just, it's a mindset, you guys. It's totally a mindset. I guess this is just how I live my life too. So every customer that we have, especially right now, that is a privilege. Like this is a pandemic. The sheer fact you have anybody talking to you about spending money for any reason whatsoever, it's a privilege. And so I feel like if you're waiting till the end of the month to check on people, if you're waiting till the end of the month to say, hey, all my loyal Thrivers, if you refer a friend, I'm going to give you a free box of DFT. Like that should be your attitude every single morning when you're waking up. Every single morning, it should be like, how can I talk to more people? How can I reward my current customers or my current team? Because same thing, promoters on your team, that's where your paychecks are coming from. That's a privilege. That's a big privilege. How can you support your team or how can you support your customers who already know, like, and trust you, have already placed orders with you? How can you every single day, how can I build from that network? How can I reach out to this group of customers? So, I've talked about it a million times. I'm a huge fan of thank you notes for people who auto ship. I really feel like my thank you note needs to start saying something like, hey, I put $5 in your credits. Or, hey, next time you place an order, let me know. I'm adding on a DFT or something for you. Like, I just feel like we need to keep pushing the current network to help build the existing. And again, I feel like that's something that people do at the end of the month when they start thinking, oh crap, I need a referral, or oh crap, my customer needs a referral, versus having that mindset all the time. So do you hold credits even if you have product to give? It just depends, Sonia. Sometimes credits are easy. Oh, Sandra just answered you. Credits are easy. Yeah. So if you already have products on your shelf, like let's say you have DFT on your shelf. So somebody might place $100 order, but if you have somebody shooting for an auto bonus and they need volume, it's going to be better to give them $50 in credit so that they spend, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it depends, I guess is what I should say. It depends. Like if somebody needs a referral and it doesn't matter, like they just need a referral, then heck yeah, I've got a DFT. Let's get them a $100 order and let's get you that second Thriver so you're thriving for free. But if somebody's like, oh my gosh, I'm $1,200 shy of my auto bonus, then it's like credits. Or suddenly I'm like, hey, I need a box of DFT. Can you order it under your husband's account? And they're like, like, we'll get creative to make sure people get past their bonus. And that I think is the third time that one of us has said order under your husband's account. So let me address this really quickly. Tom was a customer for a long time. I did not flip him to promoter, I don't think till like 2 years ago, maybe. And even then when I did, I was always keeping him in my back pocket for trips, just straight up honest with you. Always keeping him in my back pocket in case I got this close to earning a trip and I needed a promoter. Like I was going to flip him. And I really can't remember if that's why I ended up flipping him or what happened, but I did eventually flip him to a promoter. So please, unless you are offered, like right now, like the double, triple, if your direct upline is looking at you saying, hey, if you order this pack, I'm going to give you so much money back, take advantage of that. Jump all over that. That is probably the cheapest you're going to get to purchase product. Any other time of the month, don't order product as yourself. Don't order product as yourself. You don't make money when you order product as yourself. If I log on right now and Tammy Battaglia orders $500 worth of stuff, good for her. I hope she likes it because she's got $500 worth of stuff. But if Tom Battaglia, who is my level 1 promoter, gets on and orders $500 worth of stuff, I'm going to make commission off of that. So my dogs are getting wound up behind me. Hey. So if you don't have a husband, that's cool too. You probably maybe have a friend, a mom, a dad. We used to have dogs, but it doesn't work anymore. You have to have like a real person. So just do your best to make sure you have an account that you control, I guess I will call it, so that you're always able to make money on your own orders. Like, I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound cheesy or salesy, but make money on your own orders. But again, if your upline is looking at you saying, hey, if you order this pack, I will give you money back, then you do want to jump on that. And if your upline is not having that conversation with you, you can either talk to me about it or you can talk to, Lisa says, I have my son Blake for that purpose. Exactly. Olivia, I haven't flipped Caleb yet for the same reason. Yes. Okay. And so these are girls who have been doing this long enough so they know. So I definitely just want to make sure that, because we have a lot of new people on the team, if you are constantly ordering as yourself, that was probably good to get you started. But now that you're in the team long enough, you're watching a Zoom, make sure you have some sort of account. I actually have a dummy way back when you could use dogs. I hope Paul never sees this video. Lucy has an account, sweet little Lucy. But you guys, I use that all the time to take screenshots for people, because to be able to log into a customer's account and show them what the screen's going to look like, show them what the catalog's going to look like, it is so handy to have access to a customer's account. So clearly don't make one for your puppy, but make one for someone that you know and love that's a real life human, just in case they were to call and be like, hey, can I talk to Lucy? I'll be screwed. But anyway, so that's something to think about. I'm at the point where I'm working on my head. Yes, exactly. And so you will eventually want to build up your, if you have a spouse, you're going to want to build up your spouse's account. If you have a child who lives, you can do this however you want. Like maybe they live with you, maybe they don't. But you could build that account up also as a 12K. And now why would you want to do that? Why would I take my eye off of my prize and start building my husband's account? Well, my husband's account helps me too. He's underneath of me. So when I'm bringing in new people, I'm signing them up under Tom. I'm trying to build Tom's account. Laura's trying to build her husband's account. And again, it's just nice. And this is totally getting off on the subject here, but when you're building different legs of your team, you want to always try to be balanced. And so if you start to be unbalanced, you can start building up that other side, just treating it as your own. And remember, anything that your level ones do helps your volume. So when I sign up a customer under Tom, I'm not sad, because when they order, that's counting for my volume too. That's another reason I love Caleb's account. But I have one for my own. Yeah. So that's why you like their customer account, because you can see what's going on, because our cloud does look different than the customers. And so when you want to explain to a customer, upper right-hand corner or scroll to the bottom, and you can actually see what they're doing. You could sit on your computer and on the phone and talk them through the order all the way up to the point where they go to put their credit card information in, and then then they're on their own from there. But basically after that, it's place order. And so Sandra's building up Charlie. So think about that strategically with someone in your downline, somebody who's like either a customer that you are in control of, or a promoter's account that you are in control of that you can also have. So again, I don't even know how I got off on that tangent. But I want to talk about, I want to go back to what we started with. The mindset of going into the month with just as much, it's almost like, okay, so like for me, the last 48 to 72 hours can basically be gut wrenching sometimes. Like some months it's cool, but a lot of months it's like, oh my gosh, and we're going through reports, and so needs $800 to get that auto bonus, and so is only $400 away from their VIP or whatever it is that we're shooting for at the time. And there is just this massive, like, my messenger will be blowing up. People will be checking reports that they haven't looked at all freaking month. All of a sudden they're looking at reports. You guys, those reports are in your back office every day of the week. So what is it that what would you need from me as a leader besides, hey, check your reports? What is that? What is that you're feeding off of those last 48 to 72 hours? Like, do we need more team promos for activity? What do we need? Like I want, that's the level of activity that I want people working at all the time, because there are so many people on this team who sell themselves short until the last 72 hours of the month. Like literally, there are people who could hit 12K today, but they will dick around, pardon my words, but you know how I talk. They will dick around till the last 72 hours of the month. So what is it? What is it that drives you? Talk to me. Unmute, type, whatever it is. Olivia, I need you to tell me to get my shit together and get out of my head. Let me add that to my to-do list.
Olivia's on fire right now. She's on fire. She needs to
talk. On fire. I just shouted you out for a new promoter and a new customer, and I just shouted you out earlier today for a new customer. So clearly I must be yelling at you enough. I need a second Olivia. Oh, I second Olivia. Danielle needs me to call her too and tell her to get her shit together. Hey, you guys, blanket statement, get your shit together. Like, there it is. If you need it, you can pull this Zoom up any day of the week. Get your shit together. Here's the deal. We have a crazy opportunity. Crazy. Like, and some people are sleeping on it, and some people are doing the bare minimum until they have to push. And then guess what, you guys? The gut-wrenching part of those 72 hours I was telling you about are when people don't make it. When people get $100 away from the goal, or people get $300 away from the goal and they don't make it. It is gut-wrenching, because I know for a fact, had the fire started burning earlier in the month, not only would they have made it, they would have surpassed it. Like, I mean, straight up. There are nights I go to bed with like just a knot in my stomach, because part of me wants to hug him and part of me wants to shake him. All right. So that's my blanket statement. Get your shit together. You have to know what your goal is. I can't set your goal for you, unfortunately, because trust me, if I could, you would all have 200K hanging on the wall beside you. Like, we would all have that same goal. So find out what your goal is, and then don't give up on it. I posted something in Dream Team earlier this week, like the difference between the people who succeed and the people who fail. People who fail quit. So if you, like, I guess because I've owned my own business for so many years, and I don't have a paycheck per se. Every morning when I wake up, I'm like, how are we gonna make money today? What are we gonna do to make money? Like, I can't be like, you know what? I'm gonna dick around today. It's okay. I'm on the clock. I'll get paid anyway. Like, I can't have that mindset. And honestly, neither can you, because as far as this Zoom goes, you are self-employed. If you are not working and you don't have that thought every day, who am I going to talk to? How am I going to build my network? How am I going to bring in new business? How am I going to help my team if those aren't the things going through, and I'm not saying you even have to have the answers, you guys. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have the answer. It's usually I have boogers in my eyes and I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to make money today? Like, and it's okay. You just have to have, that needs to be the driving mindset. Courtney, I need you to call my boss and tell him I'm never coming back. Done. Court, I will drive there. We will do a Thelma and Louise. I'll put you in the back and we will haul ass out of there. Like, no problem. Olivia, I've been talking about purpose lately, but I'm talking to myself, some soul searching as to why. Yes. And you guys, maybe some of you need to do that. Like, I know for me, I had to. When I first started this, I just wanted my thrive for free. And then I realized somebody was making money off of my friends and family that were ordering. So I was like, you know what? Click, promoter. And then I was like, you know, I think I'm going to sell enough of this to get a car. And it was literally just a game. It was just a fun little game. And then all of a sudden I was like, ooh, we're in it deep. Like, we're in this deep. I got to figure out why. Because trust me, there were days early on where I would wake up and be like, this is a lot of work. Maybe I shouldn't do it anymore. Maybe I should just focus on our one place. I shouldn't, maybe. But then I did go on a trip and that would fire me back up. Or then I might, I don't know, start my car and be like, oh, somebody pays for that. And that'd fire me back up. But those things aren't the why. That's not why. It's a perk. So you gotta separate yourself from the perk. So if the perk is the fun paycheck, or the perk is the shout out on Facebook, or the perk is the auto bonus, awesome. That's your perk. But why? Why does that matter to you? What are you doing that makes that so important? So like, for example, I know, Sandra, the perk for your auto bonus was a perk, but you ended up giving a car to somebody who needed it. Like that was like a why. Like, why would I chase this that much more? Laura, you got out of, you're a stay-at-home thriver. Like your car's a perk, your trip's a perk, but like the why to get you home. Like Olivia, you've got 18 children. Right? Like basically, doesn't she? So that would be enough of a why right there, just so you could be home with those babies, which you've been doing, by the way. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but Olivia is a full-time thriver at home. So some soul searching for your purpose, because here's the thing, owning your own business is not easy, right? Just on a daily basis, it's not easy. People have smart ass things to say to you about your product or your service. People think you're rich because you own your own business, especially when you're a procrastinator. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Just everyone has an opinion, right? So then add to that the current world situation. The Rona made a lot of people question their purpose and they need us. Yes, good point. So I'm not saying it's easy to wake up every day and like flip the switch and be like, what are we going to do today to make money? Especially when you have a kid that you've got to like get fed, or somebody's got a boo-boo, or your husband forgot his wallet and you got to drive it, whatever. There's a million reasons why it's hard to do that. But if it's always the thing in the back of your mind, how can I build my business today? How can I build my business today? Not, oh crap, I've only got 2 days left to get this bonus. Because you guys, I do truly mean this. I will celebrate with you. When the clock hits 11:59 and it's over, I will celebrate how far you have come. Because I don't think anybody should shun their nose or take for granted how far someone has come. But if you land just shy of your goal, there's a little part of me that dies with you, because you and I both know there was something you could have been doing on the 5th of the month, the 7th of the month, the 10th of the month, the 13th of the month that you weren't doing. And I don't know what it is for sure, because I don't get to sit with you all day. So this is kind of one of those like conversations where you have to probably, as I'm saying this, you're thinking of 1 or 2 things that you put off today. Sonia just said, especially when you're a procrastinator, there's probably 1 or 2 things that she's put off today. But I bet if it was the 30th, she would have figured out a way to do them. So that's where you have to decide, do you really want to make a business out of this? Like really, truly, honestly. And you guys know, the people who show up on the Zooms or that show up to watch the replays, I talk to you like business builders, because that's what you are. People who are just messing around, selling, doing a post one day and not talking about it for a week and a half, they won't hang on these Zooms long. They might pop in, but they're not going to hang on here long, because I'm asking a lot of you. I'm asking you to build a freaking empire for yourself and your family. I'm asking you to do work now that will put money into savings that will allow you to vacation with your family freely. I'm asking you to do hard work, make conversations, possibly get made fun of. Do you know how many times I've been made fun of in my life? Some of you don't know this. So I used to have a gift shop, and it was a country theme. That was a big seller for a while, and then it wasn't. But I stuck it out because I had loyal customers, and that's a privilege to have a customer. So I got made fun of for that. Somehow during the downfall of the housing market, I actually took half of my store and opened up a lingerie shop downtown Lebanon. That's right. That's what I did. I loved it. It was so cute. I got made fun of big time for that. I get made fun of for cleaning garbage cans. Do you think I give a rat's ass? Because here's the thing, my checkbook has my name on it. None of these people who have shit to say, they're not paying any of my bills, right? And to me, if somebody has enough time to sit and make fun of you, they don't have a big enough life. Like, I don't have time to sit and make fun of people. So if somebody's making fun of you and that's just, this sounds harsh. I don't know. And I don't even know where this comes from. But if somebody's taking the time to make fun of me, fuck them. Sorry your life sucks. Sorry you don't have anything nice to say. Sorry you can't be proud of somebody else out there in the real world. Maybe you're jealous of me. Whatever. I don't know. Like, but I don't slow down. Right? If I slowed down every time somebody made fun of me or I worried that somebody was going to say no about a product or a service I was selling, I would be broke and I would probably have to live in my parents' basement because A, I can't work for anybody. That's a proven fact. But B, I wouldn't be able to make any money because I would just be sitting around worried all the time, right? About what people thought of me. So whatever it is that's holding you back, because here's the thing, the last 72 hours, whatever it is that's held you back all month, it disappears. You've seen it. You have all seen it. You've all seen it in yourself. You've all seen it in your team. You've all seen it with people on the team. So I don't know. I don't know if there's something I can do to help put fire in the bellies before the end of the month. I don't know if we should just start saying if the end of the month checklist should, I mean, there is no reason that every single person on this team can't have their PV met on the first day of the month. It's $100. Either you buy it or a customer buys it. Like, knock that first qualification out and then start, like Laura said, one of her goals is to make sure she has 8 active promoters. You guys, there's a check matching program when you have 8 active promoters. Actually, it starts at 4 active promoters, but if you get all the way up to 8 active, your check gets matched even higher, more levels. There are some people. So let's say Lisa Cook was a 40K and let's say Laura is a 40K. Let's say Lisa only has 2 active promoters and Laura has 8. I can guarantee you Laura's checks are going to make Lisa's look horrible. So don't wait until the last few days to try to get your active promoters. Start day 1. Because here's the thing. Why would you, if I came to you and said, I'm going to match your check, but not until you do this, why would you wait for the last day of the month? I don't get it. I don't get it. Sandra says the Rona made a lot of people question their purpose and they need us for sure. Something that you guys can think about or however you feel. I know there were several people on the team who and I was one of them. We lost our jobs for a few months. We didn't have, the state shut us down. Like, we didn't have the ability to work. And so I could have sat in the corner and pouted about it, or I could dive in and do business. And there's a lot of people that really did step up to the plate and do a ton of Thrive business because they finally had the time to do it. And there's a couple girls who actually saw how much money they could actually make if they put time into it. And they questioned going back to their jobs when it was open because of the fact that they were finally making that Thrive money that they've heard about. So if you aren't yet making enough money on your check to question spending the time to do it, I encourage you to spend the time to do it so you can see that on your paycheck. So you can have that moment where you're like, oh, make a lot of money selling Thrive, right? All right, so no one's been talking to me here. I've been going on and on. I just don't want you guys to wait till the last minute because when we get to the end of August, if there's 2 or 3 people who get this close to the auto bonus or this close to 4K, or I've been preaching, I should be on my pulpit tonight. There's no reason. So here's the thing. People are going back to school. Parents are freaked out. Thrive K. Why isn't that all over Facebook? Why isn't that everywhere? There's a pandemic. People are not sleeping well. Why isn't rest all over? Gut health, not 80 to 90% of your immune system lives in your gut. Balance, lifestyle mix, our fiber, restore, could think of the name. Why isn't that all over your Facebook? Why aren't you talking about the things that you have at your disposal to help people with their problems? I think my biggest thing is having a team who doesn't promote or share Thrive at all. I know it's up to me to get promoters. I think it just gets me. I need to get over it. You know what? Yeah, get over it. I mean, I know that's easy to say. Here's the thing. Our team, Dream Team, has been big and small and big and small and big and small. And right now it's big and we're riding that wave. It doesn't mean it's going to stay big forever. I don't know. My job as my as team leader, as promoter, is to constantly be adding people to this team. And so that's the thing. When people say to me, my team doesn't promote, the harsh truth of that is you don't have a team then. You have a bunch of non-promoting promoters, so you have a bunch of glorified customers. So you don't really, your job is to build a team. So you have to keep talking to people to build a team. Well, how do you build a team? You got to find people who don't feel well. You got to find people who aren't sleeping good. You got to find people who have kids that are going back to school that are worried about the immune system. You got to find people who are trying to exercise and eat right. You got to sign them up as customers. You got to put them in three-way chats. You got to make them happy. They got to start thriving for free. Guess what? They're going to want to promote. It's literally just the cycle all the time. There is never a time where I have ever just sat back and been like, sweet, we got a lot of promoters promoting. I think I'm just going to take care of them. I mean, you guys, we, as a team, we have had people, we've had several. I think if I pull up my report, I think there are at least 6, maybe 7 auto bonus earners who are gone. Gone. They did all the work, earned an auto bonus, went on some trips, and they're gone. How about a 40K gone? Correct. Yeah. I think Lindsay Dickens has even lost an 80K before. So when you look at someone, and I get this, when you look at someone and they have a great team and they're on fire, it's freaking exciting. But it is so liquid that there is no such thing. There literally is no such thing. The only thing that makes a team great and on fire is the speed of the leader. So, and I say that boldly because if I slow down tomorrow, I mean, I've never asked you guys to do something I'm not willing to do. I don't ask you to make phone calls I'm not willing to make. I don't ask you to send out emails I'm not willing to do. Like the speed of the leader. And so I try to go, 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 go. But again, I can only control myself. And so if you want to build a team that is go, 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 then you have to go, go, go all the time, morning, noon, and night. Thrive has got to be on your mind. And I know that's easier said than done because a lot of people have a lot of shit going on in their life right now. But if you can wake up every day and let the first thought be like, how are we going to make money today? How are we going to grow our Thrive business today? And again, it's not the answer, it's just the question. How are we going to grow this business today? And that could be your prayer. Jesus, what is it you need me to do today to help grow this team, to help my team? However you want to connect to your brain in the morning, you got to do it. And again, you don't have to have the answers. They will come to you. I promise you, they will come to you. There are times I get on these Zooms and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. And then they turn out awesome. It just, they will come to you. It's whatever, you just have to be willing. You have to have your eyes open, your ears open, your heart open. You have to be willing to let these things happen. Same with customers. I'm always like, okay, Jesus, I'm ready for a customer who needs me. Who needs me? And then I have to pay attention. He doesn't like drive him up to the house and ring the doorbell and drop him off for me, right? Like I have to pay attention. I have to listen. Did you just say so-and-so wasn't sleeping good? Did you just say that you're dragging, or did you say you're stressed out about your job? Like I have to start paying attention. He's got them all around us, but we have to pay attention. Oh, I was just reading Courtney's comment. Makes me want to puke. Yeah, about people leaving. Yeah, it really does make you want to puke. Okay, we have 4 minutes. I have talked a ton. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Anything they want to say? Do I have you questioning the amount of time and effort you're putting into your business? Do I have you thinking about some things that you could be doing that you're not? And you guys, everybody's at a different level and a different place. Like, and I'm not picking on you, but like I look at Laura. She is amazing with reports and rules and like lining the people up. Like she can do that. She also has the ability to do that because she's a full-time thriver. What do you have the ability to do? Right? Like straight up, everybody knows if you read one of my posts and like the spelling's really good, I've probably had someone check it. Like I'm not a great speller. I'm not a great writer, but I will pour out my heart. I will have somebody spell check it. I'll move on with my day. And then I'll go do what I'm good at, which is like sending out messages and talking to people. And I might have to then say, hey, Laura, how do I check this report? Like rely on people, let people help you, but don't not do it because you're like, I'm not good at it. Like I don't like reports, but there's no way to run a team and not look at your report. If you aren't checking your cloud once a day, I mean, I think we've had this conversation before. If somebody that you work for that pays you a paycheck, when you go in every day, you log in, right? You get on the company computer, You put in your name and your password, you log in, you check in, you check your emails because that's what you're supposed to do. Same, kids, it's called the cloud. There's a little thing called company updates. Sometimes, and you'll always know, sometimes they're just typed in by Paul himself. And you'll know when Paul types them because it's written like Paul talks. And sometimes they're like really official and important, and you'll know because compliance will have written it. It's always right there. Yes, as a leader, I try to put it on the team. Is that my job? No. If I'm working on group chats or I'm trying to do something for my business, the last thing I'm going to think to do is put a company update out there that you all have access to, right? So I'm not saying I don't do them, and I'm not saying that I don't make time for that every now and then, but that's not my top priority. That's your business. So these are things that what is it you're not doing that you can start doing, and start slow. This is the same as if a doctor came to you and said, okay, you have to cut these 8 foods out of your diet. You might start with 1, and then you're going to then pull out the second, and then pull out the third. Like, you're going to do things. So what are some things that you're not doing that other people are doing, or that you need to do, and how can you start adding those in? Like, what can you start doing one day at a time, one customer at a time? Like, if you're on here and you're not sending thank you cards to your auto shippers, I would start there. If you're on here and you're not doing birthday reach outs, I would start there. If you're on here and you don't log into your cloud except on Sundays if you only log into your cloud Tuesdays at 1:00, right? You know who you are. It's none of you on here. But I'm just saying, if you only log into your cloud to get your credits, to get your free product and get your paycheck, it's time to start doing that a little bit more. All right. We have less than a minute. No one is saying anything. We feel good?
I forget to check the cloud on Tuesday.
Well, that's good. That means you're not doing it for the money. Oh, is it time to drug radar? Yeah. Tom just brought me Radar's drugs. We're getting some storms apparently. So, all right. I guess that's it. Hope this helped. Hope this made you question some things. Hope this put a little fire in your booty. And I know we talked about a lot of stuff. So if anything confused you, let me know. All right. Bye.